Hello everyone, it's Matt from Hunters Lettings in Burgess Hill. Hope you're well. I'll be doing weekly lettings updates and videos, just giving you as much insight into the local market on the rental side. Today I actually want to talk about something slightly different. For the last couple of years, we've been working on a situation with a client of ours, which finally concluded end of last week. But just to give you kind of a background of events, we had a long-term client. We successfully rented out their property, and the tenant who was in situ had a kind of dramatic change of scenario and situation overnight. That meant that the client needed to get possession back, and in order to get possession back, they needed to go through the court system to do that. This was about two and a half years ago, and everything was going absolutely fine. We were guiding through the client on everything they needed to do, but then COVID hit, and because COVID hit, lockdown hit, and with lockdown, the courts all shut down. So essentially it meant that the client couldn't get the court possession because the courts weren't open, but the tenant was unable to pay. Luckily, the client had taken out rent guarantee insurance. During lockdown, the client activated the insurance because the rent wasn't being received because the tenant was unable to pay it. But the insurance provider kicked back and said, actually, because of COVID, we're not paying out. Now, this was completely unprecedented. All our paperwork, as the insurance provider had said, was in order, but they weren't willing to pay out. And this rumbled on for 18 months. And 18 months, the client didn't get any rent, couldn't get possession of the property because the courts weren't open, and had to wait for the courts to reopen before they got possession. So we got possession for the client. Client then re-rented the property back for us successfully, but had kind of written off the amount owed to them, and it was a substantial amount of money owed over the 18 months that the rent hadn't been paid. As an agency, we always thought that was wrong. Even though the insurance wasn't taken out via us, we believed that everything we had done and everything the client had done was correct, and therefore we felt it was unlawful that the insurance company would fail to pay. We challenged, and they continued to kick back at us and the client and continued to say they weren't going to pay. So essentially, in the end, we decided that we'd put everything down in writing and send it off to the Financial Ombudsman. It took us quite some time to prepare everything, to make sure the process was completely clear for anyone reading it the other side. And to be fair, even though I was confident of everything we'd done, I'd never been through this scenario before and wasn't sure that we would get any kind of positive outcome. With the Financial Ombudsman, obviously it doesn't take 5 minutes, and they had to review, and even their initial kind of outlook on it wasn't great. But fantastically, end of last week, we got a letter, and so did the client, stating that everything us as an agency had done was correct, everything the landlord had done was correct, and the insurance company failing to the payout was unlawful, and therefore they needed to pay out. So our client won just short of £20,000 last week, but also got 8% interest on the amount owed. So it was a fantastic result. It's a lengthy period of time that it had gone on for, just over 2 years. But it kind of just showed to us, despite this insurance company kind of being very large in the industry and us kind of being very small as a small kind of independent agency, that if you're right and your process is correct, then regardless of what anyone thinks, if the law is on your side, then you will win. As a company, we really do try and go above and beyond when helping our clients out and achieving the best possible results for them. If there's anything we can do to help on the rental side, on the sales side, or on the block management side, please do give us a call. Best number 01444 254 400.